give the honor and the glory to our Heavenly Father. I congregate in the church at Torino, Italy, and these past few months have been difficult due to the coronavirus. However, the Lord has been blessing me greatly, and I would like to share with you all that without expecting it and having asked for anything, I began to receive financial help, groceries, all that I needed was provided. In addition to that, an individual had called me and had said to me that they had a feeling in their heart to help me and send money. And it wasn't a small quantity, it was a larger quantity than I had ever expected. In addition to that, I had even asked for financial aid to the government. And it seemed as though it would not be approved, seeing as I was lacking a few requisites. And to my surprise, I share with you, brothers and sisters, that the Lord is the Lord of impossibles, and He has allowed me to receive this financial aid by the government, and it's been approved. And I testify to give the honor and the glory to our Heavenly Father. May the Lord bless you.
This is what Jesus said. This is what Jesus says. Come to me, all you weary, I will make
to
you
exalt
glad.
and extol the name of the Lord, that God told me in prophecy that the enemy would be placing an illness in my body, but that I shouldn't worry, for He would heal me. In March, I began to experience a great deal of pressure on my chest. I had a cough and would momentarily experience difficulty in breathing, and this happened for a little over 2 months. In the beginning, I thought maybe I had acquired COVID-19, but I had no other symptoms related to this virus. Thus, I opted to take home remedies, but nothing helped me. And for this reason, I made an appointment to see the doctor so that he would listen to my lungs, as I thought I had an infection in them and that maybe medicine would help. But due to the pandemic where I live, none of the medical centers were treating patients in person, and much less when the symptoms relate to the respiratory system. But the truth is that after 2 months, I felt my health was deteriorating, and my husband and I decided to call the doctor once again and request to be seen by the doctor. But they were sending me to a hospital I was avoiding, as it is where they treat COVID cases. Thus, I recalled in that moment Sister Maria Luisa's teaching, where she said that we could lay hands on our family members and pray for them. So I told my husband to lay hands on me and to pray for God to heal me. He is Canadian, and although it is the first time he lays hands, I was impressed with the profoundness, certainty, and detail that he prayed to God with. I felt an immense peace, which I manifested to him in that very moment, just as he manifested that he felt God's presence was with us. And it is in this manner that God healed me. As I began to feel better the following day, I no longer felt the pressure on my chest, and the symptoms began to dwindle, and I no longer needed to go to the clinic. This is how God supports Sister Maria Luisa's teaching. The glory, the honor, and praise always be for God.
This is what Jesus said. This is what Jesus says. Come to me, all you weary, I will make you glad. And when your name is called,
I would like to testify to glorify the name of the Lord. The Lord in His holy prophecy told me that there would be difficult moments ahead, but for me not to worry because He would be with me. I work in 2 different jobs, and when coronavirus came to this nation, I was suspended out of both jobs. I had commitments and debts to pay, but I said, Lord, you have told me that you would help me and that you would be with me. In my first job, my boss gathered all the employees and told us that he wouldn't be able to pay everyone and that he would even have to reduce our wages because he didn't have the resources to pay us all, and we would have to be going into quarantine for 2 weeks. I continued praying to the Lord, and the most amazing thing was when our Sister Maria Luisa began doing the teachings, and they were so beautiful, and she began praying to the Lord, and the Lord began speaking. And He said for us not to worry, that He would be giving us food and money. And in my mind, I thought, Lord, I hope I'm on that list because I have to pay those accounts. The Lord fulfilled his word, because in the second week of quarantine, a sister called me to say hello and to ask for my information because she would be depositing money into my account. And at the end of that week, my boss sent me a message through WhatsApp asking how I was doing. And I thought, how weird that he's messaging me on a Sunday. And that's when he told me that he would be giving me money for those days that I was at home until the company would open again. I saw the hand of the Lord as he fulfilled his wonderful promise. He gave me the money needed to be able to pay on those accounts. And the Lord also told me not to worry about those things that the devil wanted to place in my heart. I began to panic and feel very worried about this virus. And that night I had a dream. I was very sick and I was hooked up to the IV machine and I couldn't get out of bed. He came into my room and I grabbed the phone and I heard the voice of Sister Maria Luisa, and she said very clearly, "Sister, why are you afraid if we have the promises that our God has given us?" And then I woke up. From that moment on, I never felt the fear that I had felt in my heart, and I give the glory and the praise to our God. I have testified to glorify the name of our God.
Beautifully will answer, yes, Lord.